a particle of charge minus 16 into 10 raised to power minus 18 coulomb moving with a velocity 10 meter per second along the x-axis enters a region where the magnetic field of induction B is along the y-axis. So basically what is happening, let us draw the axis. Let us take this as y-axis, right? Now take this as x-axis and one z-axis, right? So what is happening is the particles enters a region here and it is moving with a velocity v of 10 meter per second, right? 10 meter per second it is moving, and it is having a q also. Q is given as minus 16 into 10 raised to power of minus 18 coulomb, right? And v is given as small v, basically the velocity. This is given as 10 meter per second. Enters a region where the magnetic field of induction B is along the y-axis, right? Magnetic induction B is along this axis. An electric field of magnitude 10 raised to power 4 volt per meter is along the negative z-axis. It is along negative z-axis, along this direction basically. This is E equal to 10 raised to power 4 volt per meter. Now if the charge particle continues moving along the x-axis, the magnitude of B is, that means if this particle is moving along the x-axis and there is no change, it is moving constantly along the x-axis, that means net force acting on this particle should be what? 0, right? Now let us see what are the forces that will be acting. Since magnetic field is in the upward direction, V is in this direction, force due to magnetic field is given by Q into V cross B, right? So that means this force will be minus Q, because this is the negative charge basically, right? So it will be negative, and V cross B, that means it will be along the z axis, right? So that means QVB, right? And if I talk about FE, force due to electric field, these will be the basically two forces. So that will be Q into E, right? And Q is negative, so that means, and electric field is along negative z axis, that means minus Q into minus E k cap, right? So that means that will be equal to Q E k cap. Now net force should be 0. Now F net will be equal to FB, right, plus FE. These are the two forces that will be acting. That means this will be equal to 0. This should be equal to what? Minus QVB k cap plus QE k cap should be equal to 0, right? So that means E should be equal to V into B, right? It implies that B will be equal to E by V. So which will be equal to 10 raised to power of 4 divided by 10, which will be 10 raised to power of 3. So that means option A will be correct.